When it comes to cruising, few ships have that perfect mix of nostalgia, of charm, and modern comfort quite like the Ruby Princess. She may not be the newest in the Princess Cruises fleet, but I'd say don't let that fool you. This crown class beauty continues to surprise guests with her elegance, her personality, and a few hidden gem experiences that seem to keep people coming back year after year. So, if you're curious about what makes the Ruby Princess so special, I want to share with you some of the standout reasons why she is still one of the very best choices on the ocean. I'm the solo cruiser Wade Heath, and if you feel like my reporting and perspective bring you any sort of value, I'd say please consider subscribing to the channel and ensure that the like button is firmly pressed. Here we go. First up, a classic princess feel. Ruby Princess strikes a rare balance. She feels like a classic cruise ship, but never truly outdated. The design features rich wood tones, warm lighting, and that signature princess elegance I think we've all come to know. If you've been on a princess ship before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. While newer ships might chase trends, and I think we're seeing that more and more nowadays, Ruby keeps things relatively timeless, with plenty of cozy nooks for reading and sipping coffee or enjoying the ocean views. This feels like one of the warmest of all of the princess ships, and I feel like it's a perfect ship to send to Alaska every year, which they do, and I've also been on during one of those itineraries. It feels like it's the ship that was made for that destination. Think of her as that well-traveled friend who also knows the best stories and never tries too hard to impress you. Next, the Piazza, the beating heart of the ship. Princess Cruises' signature Piazza-style atrium, well, it shines on Ruby Princess. It's a lively, three-deck space filled with all kinds of energy. Street performers, live music, and the irresistible scent of croissants from the International Cafe below. It's wafting through the air, and you can't avoid it. I'd say also grab a cappuccino from the International Cafe, people watch from one of the comfy chairs, and you'll see why this area feels like the ship's social hub. It is charming, it is elegant, and it is just the right mix of bustle and relaxation. To follow that, I'd say the delicious dining with personality. While every cruise ship promises amazing food, we hear that a lot nowadays, Ruby Princess delivers with both variety and quality. You can enjoy fine dining in places like Crown Grill, that's one of the best steakhouses at sea, or you can keep things casual with the Salty Dog Gastropub for those pub-style comfort eats. The anytime dining setup also means you can choose when and where to eat, adding flexibility for solo travelers and couples alike. I appreciate the fact that there are 3 separate dining rooms on board Ruby Princess, all dedicated to different types of dining. The anytime dining is a solo traveler's best friend, as I just mentioned. It's one of those things that I really appreciate, being able to drop in whenever I'd like for the sake of a nice, relaxed, and elegant meal. And yes, Slices Pizza is something that you can enjoy on board the Ruby Princess. Up on deck 15, it is something that absolutely competes with the best pizza anywhere as they continue to receive those accolades Princess does as best pizza at sea. While Alfredo's Pizza, or Gigi's Pizzeria as it's known on other Princess ships, is not on the Ruby Princess, Slices offers up a counter service option with the same pizza, and can I just say, it's included, right? So you don't have to worry about paying any sort of surcharge. It is a nice extra, to be sure. It's consistently ranked as one of the best pizzas at sea for a reason. To follow, Movies Under the Stars with blankets and popcorn. Few cruise experiences are as magical as Princess Cruises' Movies Under the Stars. Picture this, you're on the top deck, wrapped in a cozy blanket, the sea breeze gently blowing, watching a film on a massive screen with your popcorn in hand. It's simple, and it's cinematic joy. And Ruby Princess absolutely nails it. Whether it's a family-friendly flick or a romantic movie, even concert films are up here on that booming PA system. That's pretty cool. The ambiance, it makes it feel special every single time. The popcorn's included, as are the blankets. It is one of those things that I always enjoy doing at least one of my nights when I sail on Ruby Princess. Hey friends, this video is brought to you by my new book, Stand Alone, The Walt Disney Way by Wade Heath. Yeah, I wrote a book. If you've ever wanted to build your confidence, maybe chase some dreams, or just stand out from the crowd in general, I think you are going to love Stand Alone, The Walt Disney Way. It's all about how Walt Disney's mindset can help you find courage, perhaps some creativity, but definitely get you closer to your purpose. Whether you're traveling solo or building something amazing of your own, I want you to succeed. And that's why I've put a link in the description so you can order your copy and start your own standalone adventure today. To follow that, we have the Sanctuary Retreat, your adults-only escape. Need a little peace and quiet, do ya? Well, the Sanctuary on Ruby Princess, it is an adults-only paradise. Picture ultra-cushioned loungers, attentive personal service, and refreshing drinks, all in a space where calm rules supreme. It's a small upgrade, but it's worth every penny. If you want that private yacht feeling without actually booking one, go here. This is where you can enjoy it. $20 for a half day, $40 for a full day. And that includes that personal service to your lounger with an included special menu. All kinds of nice light bites that you can choose from that they will fetch. In addition to that, you also have the option of enjoying a special tea time to your lounger every afternoon. So if you happen to be splitting the day and saying, oh, I only want to do a half-day experience at Sanctuary, do the latter half to get that tea time. It is an extra special experience that will add to your vacation memories that you won't soon forget. You can even order the healthy bites, have a massage right in a cabana if you'd like. It's all there for you. Now, Sanctuary, when it comes to booking it, you can't do it in advance. You cannot do it from home. You've got to go to the Sanctuary the moment you board. And I mean it. Bypass muster, bypass anything you would do when you first board a ship. Go directly to the Sanctuary if this is important to you and book out the day that you want. Or you can book out an entire week in advance if you would like. But they only do it on board once you're there in person. So make sure that if this is something you want to do, make it a priority to get there first. They have booked out on many days on sailings that I've been on. I don't want you to miss out. So get to the Sanctuary, book the day and the lounger you would like, and enjoy some ultimate relaxation when it comes to the Ruby Princess. Next up, let's talk about the exceptional entertainment and enrichment on board. Ruby Princess offers a full lineup of entertainment options, from your more Broadway-style production shows in the Princess Theater to live music in the lounges, and of course, the Voice of the Ocean singing competition, Princess's take on The Voice TV show. Beyond that, you can enjoy Princess enrichment programs like destination lectures. Those are one of my favorite things on board Princess. Lots of great lectures, lots of great opportunity to learn, which I'm a huge fan of at any point in my life, let alone on a cruise. Wine tastings are also available. Art classes are something you can take part in. Whether you're a trivia lover or maybe someone who just wants a good night of laughs at the comedy club, you've got that too. I think you'll find your niche here. There's something for everybody. And I also like to share that the culinary demonstrations on board are something else. Not only are there really great opportunities to see Princess chefs in action, but then they invite you behind the scenes to go take a look at the galley, the kitchens behind the scenes that nowadays most cruise lines charge for that tour. You get it completely included here on Princess. And finally, perfect itineraries and a welcoming vibe. Ruby Princess sails some truly stunning routes. I already mentioned Alaska. It almost seems sort of form-fitted to Alaska. It is the perfect route for a ship like Ruby Princess. It also heads south to the Mexican Riviera. You'll find it along the Pacific coastal itineraries from time to time. I even took her to the Caribbean once, and you know, her size, it hits that just right sweet spot. Large enough really for amenities, yet intimate enough to feel friendly. And that term intimate, I really do mean. I feel like this ship design is one of the very best Princess has ever done. Not just me saying that. I hear a lot of other Princess diehard people also admitting that when it comes to the ship builds over the course of eras, that this particular brand, this particular era of cruise ship that Princess created with the Ruby is one of the very best they've ever done. And I see why. The ship itself is sort of cut up in a way where no one area feels too crowded. No one area feels overwhelmed. They have so many nooks and crannies, so many corridors, so many different spaces that are dedicated to more intimate gatherings that it always feels quite intimate. It always feels like it's your own little private ship. And there are also some areas, I think, in the outer decks that allow for it to feel much more grand than it is too. There's kind of like a stadium seating type setup when it comes to one of the main pools, and that area feels really big in scope when in reality it's not. And then the same thing on the aft end of this ship. It has a bit of a stadium seating setup and multiple layers to it that really sort of add to the overall theming and ambiance of this ship and create this sort of spectacle where it feels like something is far bigger than it is. They designed it so well, and I think that's another reason why people tend to love this version of Princess ship so much. Passengers often rave too about the crew and service, which are consistently among the best in the Princess fleet. The atmosphere on board, it feels genuine and relaxed, like coming home to a floating resort that just happens to know your name by day 3. Ultimately, why Ruby Princess still shines to me is that in a world of mega ships with roller coasters and robot bartenders, the Ruby Princess stands out by focusing on what truly matters. And that's comfort, that's connection, and a classic cruising charm. And whether it's your first time sailing with Princess or you're a loyal Captain's Circle member when it comes to their loyalty program, which, by the way, I just crossed over for the first time to the top. I am now considered what Princess calls elite, which I don't know how I feel about that title, but that is certainly something that in the loyalty hierarchy, you can't go higher. So I've now reached that level and get all kinds of additional perks with my cruising experience that I will definitely try out on my next Princess cruise. There's something undeniably special about stepping aboard the Ruby Princess. She may not scream new and flashy, but she absolutely whispers, "You are going to have an amazing cruise." Have you ever been on the Ruby Princess before? Do you find it to be just as charming as I do? Or maybe you feel the complete opposite. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, and this is a terrible ship, and you hate it. Either way, I'd love to hear your perspective, your thoughts, your experiences when it comes to the Ruby Princess, or if you're planning on booking a Ruby Princess cruise in the near future, let me know down in the comments. This is also an environment where I like to share that, I've been on the Ruby a couple of different times. Let me pass along one of my experiences to the Caribbean that I was talking about, a full-scale review of the Ruby Princess and what that itinerary was like, on top of a couple of things that aren't so great about the Ruby Princess that I share in that breakdown. Some of the things that stand out to me is things they need to fix here in the long run because, it's a bit of an older ship that definitely needs some upgrades in some spaces, but overall, a really wonderful experience. You can find that video on the right, or you can check out other cruise tips and more on the left. And I'm Wade, the Solo Cruiser. We'll see you next time.